Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Now, as you can tell, let me just zoom myself in so I don't spoil any of the surprises for the video. As you know, today we're doing a what I got for Christmas 2023. And you're probably thinking, Tom, have you learnt this year and are you going to do B-roll and shows like you got in that way and use some of your skills? Well, no. For 1 year only, this is the last time I'm going to do it in the traditional format. And then from now on, it'll be B-roll central. B. Anyway, so let's crack on. This is not in any particular order. Now, before this video begins, I just want to make this clear. I make this clear every year, but I'm going to do it especially this year. Let me just tilt you up ever so slightly, so whenever I do my walk towards you, because I'm just going to walk towards. So, I make these videos for one reason only. Well, two reasons actually. One, because sometimes they get equipment, and even though I don't have a tech channel, I can't go, oh look at this equipment, this is how it works, oh look at it. I want to be able to show off the equipment to say, this is what I've got, here's how it works, here's how to improve your filmmaking ability, and a little bit of fact and history about tech equipment, and birthdays and Christmases and the other times. I can do that properly. Some of it is items of value to this channel, so things I will review later in the year, and it's teaser and saying, here's what's coming next year. It's like a rope and I'm reeling it in type thing. And a lot of it is so that if someone says, hey Tom, what did you get for Christmas this year? I can say, well, thanks for asking, here's the video, watch it. So it's for people that can, so if I don't have to say I got this, and whatever, and miss anything else out and whatever, I can go, here's what I got, and I can say, well, and I can then show it off and say, oh, that's what I got, and so I don't then have to explain and forget things. I can just go, there you go. So, let's start off with a few things. Now, we're going to start off with some tech equipment. It might not look like anything from the get-go, but I'll explain. So what this is, for anyone that isn't aware, there should be every viewer possible because it doesn't look like what you would expect. So you're outside flying your drone, right? Or, well, I think it would fit your phone as well. So you're outside, I'm not open, as you can tell it's on the wrapper, so I've not opened it yet. So I couldn't tell you if you can just put it on your phone, but I think it's for your phone. Right, so this is, you're outside playing your drone, you're going, I call it before you the screen. So that is a cover for the screen, so you can see the screen. Then, to bounce off from that, we're going to jump a little bit further and say, here, this is for the drone again, but this is a lightweight holder to put you, so if you don't want to use your phone, because a lot of these drones are made for phones really, but if you don't want to use your phone, attach that across on the controller, and then you just use the iPad app, because the DJI app that I know of is available on iPhone and iPad, so just attach your iPad. When I say iPad, I do mean iPad, but it can also do Android devices as well. But I know the Apple way, so I just say iPad because I only know what the Apple stuff is at this moment. Sticking onto the equipment and technologically and impressive things in that frame, I'll show you this. Now, you're probably thinking, Tom, what is it? Well, it's a nifty invention. Probably not a it's probably not a brand new invention that no one ever thought of. This is just a mini version. Now, let me show you. It's silliest wrapping, but it is black. I'll show you from that angle. Black. So what this is, say for instance, you're out and about, and you're on a real long journey, and you want to take your tea with you, and you're having like, I don't know, like chili or something that's not that big, because it's not that big of a thing, and you can keep it warm. I don't know how many hours a day or whatever it stays warm for, but I know it stays warm for quite a while. So if you put like rice in it, or like a a broth in it, and it's really nice, actually. So I can tell you now. This next thing might not seem glamorous packaging because I didn't know. Now, this year, 2023, Wizards of the Coast, who did Dungeons and Dragons and Magic the Gathering, they did Doctor Who Magic the Gathering, and so I wanted a pack of them. Now, I haven't opened it yet because I'm still debating whether or not I want to open it on video or not, but this is the packaging for 15 cards. Now, I don't know whether or not, because I can't remember now, well, I don't really know whether or not this is just 15 cards randomly or it's an actual booster pack inside it. Because if it is just 15 cards, then that's really nice packaging. And then if it's got the Magic the Gathering pack in it as well, that's even better packaging. But so I don't know whether or not to film a video doing this or keep it in my collection like I've done with my Battle in Time cards. Now, we're gonna come to this bit next. More equipment now, but more equipment on a standpoint of, I know that there's, when you're out and about, right, or when you're doing something you need a small tripod that isn't a GorillaPod, because a GorillaPod could never keep straight this. And I know a lot of people have had these for years on the internet, but this is a mini tripod, not for, well, you could do it for vlogging or whatever, but I use it for if I need to do like pan shots with a small camera instead of carrying around a GorillaPod or a monopod, and then when the times I don't need a monopod and I might want to pop it down or whatever, that is a mini tripod for me to pop it down and utilise it. Now, I'm going to make a whole video on this, here's one I made earlier, so I'm just going to briefly show it off. And what I mean by whole video is that I did videos on these things that's inside this thing. I'm building up the attention, and so I'm going to find the videos I did of them from this channel, and then I'm going to, every time when I show off the item, I'm going to say, well, that's that, and then I go, ooh, and then there's the video, and then that's that, ooh, there's the video, and that's that, there's the video, and that's that, and then I play the videos as the ones. This is a box, and I am going to show you, but I'm going to do a whole video on it, but it's to show off my Blue Peter badge shrine. That'll all become clear on Here's One I Made Earlier, my 20th channel, and all about Blue Peter. And sticking, well, we're going to come back to the Blue Peter theme a little bit later on. Now, we're going to go back to Doctor Who. I'm yet debating whether or not taking it, oh, I almost dropped it, taking out the packaging or not. I think I might do, because I might review it in itself, but I've got the standard edition of the 14th Doctor's Sonic Screwdriver, and I'm curious, I'm wondering, probably I'm going to open it, because I've opened all the others, because this isn't the limited edition, so I feel like I'm going to open them, but I might open that off camera and do a whole video reviewing the toy itself. So if I just show you the packaging now, and I'll probably, when I'm filming, just before I open it, I'll probably film some B-roll. So I've always got some B-roll of the Sonic. I'm really excited to find out the different noises, because I've heard some good things about this. So I'm really curious to know. It's for ages 5 and up, so there must be small parts in it for younger than that. Then we move into the DVD collection. Actually, what we need to do, start moving stuff out of the way. We'll move to some books, shall we? Because they're directly in front of me. So, let's do 3 books at a time, shall we? So we've got some 3 books. We've got some, I would say, vintage. We've got some classic books and some new Who books. So classic Who books are books that aren't really readily available many places. I forgot to mention this in my the Church on Ruby Road review, but they've released the audiobook, I think, soon. They've got it up on Audible for the novelisation book. So once, if I'll listen to that, get my hand on it and do a comparisons review on how the novelisation is different. So let's start off with book number 1. This is Jon Pertwee era. Now, I was going to try and attempt to read the title, but I am not going to. It's by David Bishop, part of the History collection. And as you know from this year, they did a Doctor Who documentary about Jon Pertwee. So Jon Pertwee is my second favourite Doctor. The reason why I say second is because David Tennant's my first favourite Doctor, and I always have a second favourite Doctor. And I like to, when someone says who's your favourite Doctor, I can't just say, well, I always have to say my first and my second. I can't say one or the other. Then we have Kablam, the novelisation of Kablam. See, if you've been watching my Advent Calendar series, you know that my Target novelisation collection is actually growing, and Kablam stars Lee Mack in the TV version, and it is, can I just say, an incredible story. So I'm excited to see how they improve or evolve it in the world of novelisation. This is very interesting because it was technically pretending to be real whilst also being an interesting book. It's the Doctor Who, the Companion official guide. Now, as you can see, we've got Sarah, Martha and Amy, I forgot her name for a second, and Clara up there. And it says on the back of here, "Are you brave, adventurer, a fantastic friend, a very fast runner?" Is Ruby Road a fast runner? Well, she's done some fast running, but we wonder how big is that flat, so she must be very fast at running, and she must be a brave adventurer. Imagine this, right, what would be really funny is if Russell T Davies says in one of the episodes, right, I've written this book in universe, so this book becomes in universe. Imagine that, right? This will be amazing if this book comes in universe and Ruby's got it in her thing, or it's just like a small cameo. That would be hilarious. We're still on the book trail at the moment without dropping anything, so we're going to go to the two next books before we move on to the next one. Now these are quite heavy. First of all, we have the Doomsday hardback copy, Doomsday, just separate things. A Doctor in the House, which is, I think if I'm not mistaken, the one that was inside Doctor Who magazine. I'm really interested to read this because even though I didn't follow Doom exactly, I do still think that Doom had an interesting arc and the way they were doing it. I do think that if we scrap Doomsday itself, but have Doom appear in Doctor Who, and then try another version of Doomsday again, but make sure that Doom's in 3 or 4 episodes of Doctor Who, and make sure there's an arc between Doom in the full series, then we bring back Doomsday, like try and reboot it again, then I think that it would be more successful that way. It wasn't successful to begin with because Doom, the character no one's really heard of or know of, and there's contradictions in the Whoniverse of the greatest assassin, because that's been mentioned several times, and because no one's got a connection to Doom, not many people wanted to watch it. So that's why I want Susie Kempner to appear in the official series as Doom for a few episodes, so we've got to establish who Doom is, why is Doom there, what's Doom's importance and everything. Then we bring in Doomsday, because then more people will be invested in Doom's story arc, if you catch my drift. So I like Doomsday, I like Susie Kempner as Doom, but I just think that they could have put her in the show before they attempted to do a solo thing with Doom. Next, I have this very heavy book called Welcome to the Whoniverse. First off, everywhere, Whotopia, the ultimate guide to Doctor Who, to the Whoniverse. This is sold out currently, so I was very chuffed to get it. It's heavier than me. Oh, right. It's heavier than me. So I'm gonna hold it like I'm trying to deliver food as a waiter, but this is going to be an incredible read. Very heavy. Imagine trying to do an audiobook of that. Whew. Imagine. Next, we'll move on to some more equipment. Equipment that's not fully set up. So we're currently in the stage of, yes, it's set up. It's still in its packaging, but it's this. So it's a camera cage that you pop onto the camera, and you can do all sorts with it, and it just gives you more mounts to attach more things to it. So if you wanted to, for instance, couldn't really say, but if you wanted to mount on it your video assist, your camera, your whatever, your other things, you can do that. So let's put that back in its box, and then to go along with that, to satisfy the use of a cage, then you have this, which is, I don't know which way it is, but it's the handle so you can grip onto the camera, so it's not, you're not just going to drop it the moment it's in the camera cage. So that is all the equipment done and dusted. Now on to the DVDs haul bit section right now. So first of all, we have Josh Series 2. Now if you saw my birthday video, you will have seen that I got Josh Series 1 and I rewatched it. Josh is a fantastic sitcom. Now that I've got Series 2, before I go back to uni, I'm going to watch Series 2 again. So I'm very excited to rewatch Series 2, because Josh is a underprivileged sitcom, but it was really good. Underprivileged, underloved is another word I want to use. Now, as this week, Saturday marked the final episode of the current series, I got Series 1 to 3 of Two Doors Down, which is a fantastic Scottish sitcom, and it's incredible. It had this one, sadly, I don't think includes. Well, it says also featuring the New Year's Eve special, so I don't know whether or not that's the pilot, because the pilot was the Hogmanay special with the pilot. When you watch the pilot of Two Doors Down, and you watch the first episode, you can see that they altered a lot of it, and some of the actors that played some of the characters and played other characters in the full series, and some of the characters changed, changed attitude, changed personality, and altered, and other characters got personality. Now before we go to the next DVD, some honourable mentions is, because not a lot of it survived, is all the chocolate. So I've got a lot of chocolate this year, so I've got some chocolate section box sets. Here's one, not my specific box, but because me, my dad and my brother all got similar boxes, we got some chocolate, we got some other chocolate. Then there were other honourable mentions that that will be put into this, and the reason why I'm not going to show them off is because I've had a few ideas for Doctor Who Earthbound that could be used for them, because obviously we had the special brand new glove technology in Church and Ruby Road, so who knows. So I got some gloves. Who knows whether or not I'll be giving my doctor, well, my doctor might have some glove technology. He got a hat. Will my doctor have some hat technology? And a scarf. Will my doctor get his own long scarf? Because it is a long scarf. Who knows? Who knows? I know, but you all have to wait and see for summer 2024. Or earlier, it depends on when I finish writing the scripts. Right, the next DVD on the thing is the brilliant sitcom starring Lisa Tarbuck, Watching, which is not solely about bird watching, as you might think, about people watching. The art of trying to guess what type of person someone is. Next, we have Series 2 of the box set. It is Chucklevision, Chucklevision, with the Chuckle Brothers with Chucklevision. Chucklevision, Chucklevision, Chucklevision. Chucklevision, if you don't know what Chucklevision is, how do I describe Chucklevision? Well, it's about Barry and Paul, the Chuckle Brothers, and they get up to weird antics like having a elephant or having a rhino in a hotel room. Yes, they get up to very interesting antics. Now, I'm going to do the next 1, 2, 3, 4, the next 4 together, because I got them together. So we've got Time of Victorious DVD, which includes Planet of the Daleks, Genesis of the Daleks, The Deadly Assassin, State of Decay, The Curse of Fenric, The Runaway Bride, and The Water of Mars. All the ones that use the word Victorious and Time Lord. Next we have the brand new, and that was the Blu-ray the Blu-ray edition of The Underwater Menace animated, which is episode 1 to 4 animated black and white, 1 to 4 animated coloured, and surrounding original episodes 2 and 3. There we go, the making of, original audio commentary, Australian censored scenes, The Man from... Ooh, I didn't realise. Huh? There's actually a few more things on there that I didn't realise were on there. That's the back of that, might I add. And I need to show the back of that as well. So next we have... Now, I can't tell you which year this came from. So I've got a version of Sharda. I don't know which year it came from. So if someone could tell me which year had a DVD like that, do let me know. And I know that Matthew Purchase, if I've said your name right, I do apologise if I haven't, does fantastic cover art for these fan ones, which are the based off that artwork on the back, so that fans could have their original DVD sleeves for them to fit with their collection. And finally in this, I recently did an essay for uni on this episode of Doctor Who. And so I got the Power of the Doctor, which I've always been calling Power of the Doctor, but it's the Power of the Doctor. Special features include the Power of the Doctor behind the scenes farewell to Joni and Mandy audio commentary. That, right, for a special that didn't seem to have any milestone other than the first time the BBC really done a Doctor Who milestone to celebrate the BBC milestone with Doctor Who was fantastic. As an extra standalone without that was also fantastic. I think if Jodie wasn't leaving in 2022, I reckon Chris Chibnall would have wrote this in for the 60th anniversary, but added a little bit extra to it. So I've got a feeling because to me, Companion Sport Group, my favourite bit, seems to me like an early adopt of what the 60th would have looked like if Chris Chibnall was still in charge. Now, we move on to another piece of equipment I forgot to mention, and a book. Now, Tom's Fact of the Day, which is returning next year, I've got a brand new book, QI book, to help with that. 1,342 facts that to leave your flabbergasted. Fact includes to take a bath with electricity running through it was a 19th century cure for rheumatism. That is just a fact, and that's in that book, which is going to be used on Tom's Fact of the Day more than anything else. And now I'm going to speed up the pattern of speech because this video is only nearly half an hour long. This is a light meter, which is to detect the light in a room when you're filming. Right, now we're on the final stretch of a few things. We've got the recently re-released complete collection of Vicar of Dibley DVD. And then we got the complete collection that hit me in the head whilst I was opening this. Complete collection of Sky One's Stella, written by and starring Ruth Jones, which is an incredible series if you haven't already seen it. So I will be rewatching that very soon. Richard Marston helped work on this. It's the Blu-ray edition of The Young Ones, which is better than the DVD, but you can still buy the DVD, the original DVD. So this was by Richard Lasso, who I interviewed earlier this year. early this year, very recently actually, but you can find that on the Third Channel, the website. Let's do the last few DVDs now. As you can see, they're the last few DVDs. We've got, it doesn't say on it, we've got a particular series of the panel show Shooting Stars with Vic Reeves and Bob Mortimer, aka Jim Moyer. We've got the upsetting programme now. The reason why I say upsetting because it hasn't come back, but it has turned into a live stage show based off a book written by Stephen Moffat, Sky Atlantic's on a HBO in America, Sky Atlantic in the UK, The Time Traveller's Wife, complete the series. Hopefully it becomes an extra second series, but it was a long time ago, so I highly doubt that a second series will come out. Not as good as the original, Fisherman's Friends 2, One for All. Not as good as the original, but still interesting. It did rewrite some of the stories that I wish they would have talked about that actually happened at Glastonbury, but they utilised it to make it a cheery ending. The Richard Latto workings with the brand new remastered edition of The Clangers. And if I can do this, and last year I got some DVD of it which was only 2 episodes. This year I've got another set of 2 episodes of Count Duckula, which was a ITV spin-off. No, it wasn't, and back then it wasn't a spin-off of Danger Mouse. On the BBC version, Count Duckula appears in Danger Mouse. Now, the last thing in this collection, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, we're nearly at the end now. I've just remembered we've got a few more things. We've got a film that should have won a BAFTA at the Film Awards. We've got Brian and Charles, which is a fantastic film, might I add. Highly recommend you watch this. Now, as we come towards the end of this showcase, as I'm going to call it, we're going to show some of the final items in a round that I like to call speed round. So, we've got the Blankety Blank Bradley Walsh edition board game, so it's Bradley Walsh's BBC One era of Blankety Blank. I am going to open this properly in a video, so stay tuned for that. But we've got the Series 20 collection box set. I will be opening this properly, so you'll get a full review and a full look at of this. I'll be doing a whole video on this on Here's One I Made Earlier as well, separate to my Boy Peter Bad Shrine video, all about the crafts book Here's One I Made Earlier, forwarded by Valerie Singleton. I do apologise for missing a name. Then, the final 2 things is the Lingo board game, based off the TV show Lingo UK. Because I know there was an American version, wasn't as successful as the UK version, sadly. There is an app for Lingo, so it's brilliant. And I'll tell you how the game goes. I'm curious to know how you play it. But finally, we've got the Tipping Point board game based off the Ben Shepherd ITV series of the same name. Richard Herring, if you're in the comedy world, loves Tipping Point. So, there you have it. That is what I got for Christmas 2023. Thank you to everyone, and thank you for watching for one. Thank you for watching my YouTube channel in general, and all 20 of my YouTube channels, and all 12 of my podcasts, and looking at my website, so that if you are struggling to see everything I do, you look at my website and it's like a curated pick of all the best things I've done. And thank you for the gifts, because I know that people, I know when people are watching this, the people I send it to that ask, oh, what did you get for Christmas, would love to hear be showing that I'm grateful, I'm happy, and thank you, because I know that not everyone is as fortunate as I am. And so thank you for the presents, and thank you for watching. Now, some of the things I mentioned there, such as the Doctor Who Series 20 collection, the Boy Peter Shrine, and the Boy Peter book, will be reviewed on their special channels. So the Doctor Who Boy will be on the main channel, and the others will be on the Here's One I Made Earlier. A couple of things that I mentioned there that I don't really know what they look like just yet. And so, sorry for that cut. I forgot that after it gets to half an hour it stops. EU regulation and all that. There's videos on YouTube about that, and it shouldn't have been half an hour anyway. So I don't think it will be. I think there'll be edits made. But what I was trying to say was, thank you guys for watching. Time was about. Bye. I'll see you tomorrow for where I react to the brand new trailer that got released yesterday. Don't forget to subscribe to the official Tom Mason YouTube channel.